stubby and curved gang, straight gang, and somewhere in the middle gang, we have today the Noveske 6-ARC, what is it, the NSR 15? I forgot what they call this thing. It's a tan gun that shoots 6-ARC, okay? Who cares about the nomenclature? Not me, but I do care about you. I do think we're going to run into some troubles with the rifle that we're shooting today, particularly because I do not have enough facial hair or tattoos, okay? If anyone's ever had accuracy issues or problems with Noveske rifles, it's probably because you don't have a big enough beard, enough tattoos, you're not wearing your slides to the range. Now, I do need to say this off the rip. You can disagree with Noveske's marketing, the hipsterness, you know, there's all sorts of opinions people have. I know these guys personally, and they're honestly some very phenomenal people. I like them a lot, and they are good friends of mine. That means I probably shouldn't be reviewing one of their products, but I promise you I'm not really gonna hold anything back. I mean, everything I'm gonna be doing today is gonna be documented on camera, and we're gonna see how this thing groups. There's been a lot of talk online about Noveske rifles. There is a whole cult following behind Noveske. They have a very cool, iconic logo that you'll find on the back of hipsters' trucks and Geo Metros. We're just going to be doing kind of a practical accuracy test, taking it out to range. We have Fort Scott solid copper ammo, and we have Hornady match ammo. Fort Scott, these are 90 grainers, and I do have to shout out Fort Scott. They've helped out this channel quite a bit with ammo at this point, so thank you, Fort Scott. We have targets down at 100 yards. We're going to be doing probably 5 groups with the Fort Scott ammo. We're gonna be putting the scope cam on, so you guys can yell at me in the comments when I'm missing, like, Micah, you retarded, oh my gosh, I saw you pull shots 4, 5, 7, and 12. Right after we talk about our sponsors. Sponsors like Optics Planet. Optics Planet providing you any of the optics and mounts and accoutrements that you see in these videos, giving you the generous discount code of MICAHM to get you 7% off virtually every single thing they have on the site. So get over there and abuse the crap out of that. Works on night vision too. Second sponsor of the video, they've been around since the beginning. We have Americana Pipedream. Americana Pipedream Apparel wants to let you know that they have an exclusive line of clothes that they've released, like some sick bomber jackets, stuff like that, as well as their typical military surplus. But to make it even cheaper, they gave you guys the coupon code BUSSI. It used to be bussin'. Too many people just didn't type the N. Now the coupon code is permanently BUSSI. So get over there and use that. So that way you guys can poke fun and laugh and tell me I can't shoot. Joke's on you, I can. Watch this clip. If this gun isn't grouping, I'm telling you right now, it's the gun. And I'm sorry, Noveske, if it doesn't group. Shit sucks, dude. The scope cam is what you guys are gonna be viewing down the rifle with me and watching me group in real time. I only have about a 100 round break-in process on this, but after each mag, we did let it cool off, and we did have bore solvent and do all that cool fun stuff. I don't know, I'm gonna say something kind of controversial here. I think barrels speed up. I don't know if the break-in process of cleaning it after each round is that important, unless you're going for like some extremely custom bolt gun that you're trying to do like .2 MOA groups with. I'm gonna stand by that one even if I get torn apart for it, so. All right, we're gonna start with Fort Scott ammo. We're gonna slang a group. Don't let me down, you big, beautiful, bearded bastards. You know what, dude? One round kind of went high, little high left of that group, but so far, so good with the Fort Scott, dude, especially for, like, what is that? The solid copper 90 grain. Let's throw up another one. We'll go directly to the right of it. We'll throw up one more. That one was not nearly as good. That one's not so good either. Should we do 5? You gonna get this sick walk-up shot?
Yeah, dude.
Look at this one, dude. That was our best group. For sure, those 3 just kind of stacked right on top of each other. This is definitely our worst group. Let me use Ballistic X, and I will get you guys the average group between all of them. Our very first group was a 1.2. Our second group was a 0.906. Third group was a 1.469, and our last group was 2.3. So the average group for those four, I know I said I was gonna do 5, but we did 4. It was a 1.48 average group. Now we're gonna move on to a different type of ammo. This is Hornady ELDM match. You know, our best group was 0.9, so it's capable of sub MOA. I'm very curious to see what we can get with different ammo. I am gonna test my theory now that we have the Hornady match ammo. So I don't think there's probably a single employee at Noveske that doesn't have knuckle tattoos. We're gonna do like, well, it's like match ammo. So we just put like match. Yeah. The T is gonna be the ring. Close enough. Match. I miscounted the amount of letters. Match.
No.
No good. I don't think we did enough tattoos. Is that a cross? That worked, dude! Wait, hold on. I got one more.
One more. More tats, tighter group, dude.
Let's go compare the face tat group to the non-face tat group, dude. Noveske is onto something. Look at that. Look at those three. I mean, those two aren't like, you know, phenomenal, but no face tat, face tat. Now we just need to get into like expensive IPAs or something. No, probably like mushrooms. 1.2 MOA on our first group. Then we did the face tattoo and we got a 0.9. So I'm kind of wondering if I give myself like a tramp stamp. We're changing things up. We're proning out. We got the tramp stamp. You can't see it, but I promise you it's there. Just get a good visual of it, picture it. There you go. Most inconsistent testing method ever. We're steadily trying to push this thing further and further, okay? So tramp stamp combined with proning out. I don't think we could get anything less than like half MOA. What do you think, Dan?
Oh yeah, easy.
Hey Seeger, if you're watching this, I've spent way too much money on your clothes. Can you guys please sponsor me so I can stop doing that? I can feed my kids. Dude, I might just get back on the table. So far, I'm not super impressed. Trying to change up shooting positions and whatnot, just because I expected better out of it. I'm gonna go for one of these unshot orange circles. Nah, Fort Scott outdid her. It was this one right here, was our last Hornady group. And then we did here, 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 and here. I would like to put the Fort Scott back in. I'm not gonna lie though, it is a $3,600 rifle. I think I would like to see at bare minimum an MOA, but pushing sub MOA. So we had a 1.33 average MOA group with the Hornady match and a 1.48. I'd say pretty negligible, almost identical as far as average group size. I do want to say I think the Fort Scott might have edged out Hornady because we did have that 2.2 whatever inch group. It might have been me pulling a flyer. So we probably would have been a little bit lower than 1.3 with the Fort Scott. One of my buddies was saying he had accuracy issues while mounting his scope cam. And then just to eliminate variables, I'm going to take off my Liberty Precision duty can on here and we're going to shoot it entirely unsuppressed. I should also mention, it's my birthday today. In case anyone's wondering, I just turned 30. Hey, that's why my groups are off, dude.
Your eyesight's failing?
Yeah, like everything's falling apart now. Maybe if I just drink some Celsius. Shooting unsuppressed sucks. I legitimately don't even know where my impacts are. Like, it shifted that much. We reached the nifty 200 round mark. We once again cleaned our barrel. It's definitely favoring the 90 grain. It's a 1-in-7 twist barrel. You know, those are pretty good for a pretty wide range until you get into those like extremely light loads like the 50s. And so I guess it kind of makes sense since the Fort Scott is kind of not on the far end near the 108 grain, but kind of somewhere in the middle. I don't know. I'm honestly not a optometrist or whatever they call them. An optometrist. That's somebody who looks at your eyes, right? Oh, shoot. I know how we can instantly close it up by like half an MOA. My Arkin scope. I'm trying these out. I didn't mention that. The Arkin optics. I've heard really good things about the Arkins, and I had a lot of rifles that I needed scopes for, so thank you, Arkin, for sending that out. So far, so good. They're very clear. Dan, our groups did close up as soon as we took the scope cam off.
Just a little.
I guess we could put the long range camera down there, but honestly, it's so hot, I don't feel like standing up, so. Same thing, Dan.
One flyer.
One flyer. So we've been getting 4 for the last 3 groups, really stellar groups with one flyer that puts it probably right at 1 MOA rather than sub MOA. I'm gonna send one more. Yeah, see that one joined right back up. We definitely, from start to finish, have closed our groups up. I do think the scope cam was affecting the accuracy a little bit. I'm very optimistic that the last 3 groups that we shot were all sub MOA, which is exactly what I would expect out of a very expensive rifle like this and a company like Noveske who knows how to make barrels. I was right. So this is that last one I said. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, flyer. And then immediately that last one joined the group. Same exact story with Dan's group. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, flyer. And then another one through the same hole. The other one, same exact story. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, that random flyer. And then the other one joins the group. I truly don't have an explanation for that.
Yeah, I don't really know, man. It seems to be very consistent though, and for how many groups we've shot today, I don't think it's us.
Yeah, we've shot a lot of groups. So I also agree. I agree with Dan. I do not think it's us. My intuition with Noveske products tells me that this might go away with a few more boxes. But the unfortunate part is I'm almost out of boxes. So I would say this is starting to become indicative of the accuracy. Whereas when we started the day, 1.3 MOA, like 1.2 MOA is what that one was. Just like Noveske said, that 200 round break-in process, I followed their instructions exactly, and we are 100% starting to get sub MOA groups minus the flyer. So let me measure with and without the flyer, and we'll put the data on the screen. This group, after taking the scope cam off, which I think was kind of starting to mess us up, and after cleaning that barrel for the last time with all the solvent and running it through, just like Noveske said, it's a 1.193 with that random flyer that's extremely consistent. 0.597, so 0.597 I'm not mad about at all for that kind of money for that rifle. That's exactly what I expect. Dan, this is crazy. So my group was a 0.59. Your group was a 0.601, almost identical. And then with your flyer, it was a 1.175. With my flyer, it was a 1.193.
At least she's consistently inconsistent, I
almost identical. That is insane. If this is just about the same, we have to throw a long range camera up here to prove that we didn't game this. That is crazy. I am at a loss for words. I'm like truly scratching my head. The ones that were all real close here, 0.68. With the flyer, 1.02. On the dot. Same exact groups between me and Dan with almost no variance. 4 rounds with 1 flyer and then firing a 5th, getting that half MOA group, and then bringing it to about 1 or 1.1 with that flyer. The gun is wildly consistent. I think that proves we've reached what the gun can do at this point. Here's what we're gonna do. Dan, you're gonna shoot this one.
All right.
And I'm gonna shoot this one. I feel guilty that we took the scope cam off and didn't actually film downrange, so we're gonna just send 2 more for viewer trust, because if you guys don't trust me, what's the point? Dan and I, off camera, are just like scratching our heads as to why that flyer is occurring so consistently. We're gonna go ahead and send 1 more group down both of us and see where she's at, and that will conclude our analysis. I'm gonna give myself 6 rounds. You wanna know why I'm giving myself 6 rounds, Dan? Guaranteed one of them's gonna be a flyer. I'm gonna have to do another makeup shot. Unless that last so we just cleaned the barrel for 1 final time. This is in the famous last words of like that really corny song in Fast and Furious. You want it, your moment. I'm glad I made you laugh, Dan.
Yeah.
That's why I keep
It's
Dan
so
around.
bad.
So bad it makes him laugh. All right, one group to rule them all, Dan.
Let's do it.
Not starting off strong, I pulled the piss out of that one. There we go. Whoa! That's crazy good. Okay, so up here, we were blasting. This is the Hornady ammo. We had just cleaned it. I don't even know if it makes sense, but it did in my head. I was like, let's shoot it. 2 5-round strings, get the oils out. It's probably just dude science, where like, it only exists in my head. But that's fine, because then we switched over back to our Fort Scott ammo, which this thing much prefers the Fort Scott. This is not a, one's better than the other. Holy smokes, we got rid of the flyer, Dan.
Got something to work with.
There is no more flyer. The barrel is, I'd say, officially broken in. I'd even say that might be our best group of the day, huh? It seems like just the more we shot it, the better she got. You know what? I'm just gonna screen record this one for you guys. You open up the app, you click the little camera down there, you have an inch reference, you snap a photo, then you zoom in, and you try to get it as accurate on there as you can. So we set our in point, and we go like there, boom, close enough. And we mark this is your point of aim. I was aiming right there. It's not rocket science. Kind of get those in the center. There's also the sun beaming down in my eyes, so it's hard to see, but okay, 5-round group. 0.542. That's our best group of the day. I think 0.59 was the previous best group, so I don't think it's hype. I think that is performance. That worked. That shot a half MOA group. So guys, that is the end of the Noveske 6-ARC rifle. Now, if you were expecting this to be a video on 6-ARC, no, that is incorrect. It was a video on the Noveske rifle, okay? This is actually not my first experience with 6-ARC. There have already been plenty of channels that have tested 6-ARC extensively. I think the cartridge has only gotten better. Magazine compatibility has only gotten better. The Duramags work great. Ammo storage component worked for me. The Geisleys worked great. I seem to have no malfunctions all day. Out of the, like 250 rounds, 260 rounds that we shot. I do believe in break-in processes now. Okay, they're real. Do them. And the Arc and Scope did pretty good. Overall, guys, I'm pretty thrilled with this thing. This is definitely gonna be lighter weight, longer range gun. I know people claim like, oh, you get like 1,400 yards out of these things. It's really like a 900 yard gun out of an 18-incher, but get some Fort Scott ammo. That stuff shot great. Grow out a beard.
Grow your beard.
Move to Portland. Drink craft coffee. IPAs. If you don't have tattoos, I think there's a surcharge on this. Noveske may be a bunch of bearded hipsters, but if I've learned one thing about hipsters, they get hyper obsessed with one thing and they do it really good, like coffee. In Noveske's case, it's barrels. See you guys.